The Great Western Way. Oliver and Duck are Great Western engines. Duck always likes to do things the Great Western Way. He is proud to be working on Sodor. And Oliver and Toad like to work hard. Oliver likes to remember the time when Douglas saved him and Toad from Scrap. One morning, Thomas puffed into the shunting yard. Duck and Oliver were there. "Hello, Duck. Hello, Oliver," said Thomas excitedly. "Hello, Thomas," said Duck. "Hello, Thomas," said Oliver. "You look excited." "I am," said Thomas, "because Sir Topham Hatt has asked me to work with you." Then the yard manager stepped in. "I've received a letter from Sir Topham Hatt," said the yard manager. "Thomas, you are to work with Oliver and Duck. Duncan broke down, so you must take him to the repair yard." "Yes, sir, will do," said Duck. "Come on, Thomas, ready to work together?" And then Duck puffed away. "All right, Thomas," said Oliver, "let's get to work." Then Duck arrived to where Duncan broke down. Duncan was looking very sad. "Cheer up, Duncan," said Duck. "I'm here to take you to the repair yard." Then Duncan was on Duck's flatbed and then they puffed off. Duck was pulling Duncan all along the countryside. "Hey, Duck," said Duncan, "can you at least show me some beautiful sights of Sodor?"
"Well, I'm sure I can show you one."
Duncan was cross. "No, show me more."
"I would, but I'm gonna do this the Great Western Way."
Then Duck and Duncan kept puffing on. Then Duck decided to bring Duncan to Brendam Docks.
"All right, Duncan, welcome to Brendam Docks,"
said Duck. "Really, Duck?" said Duncan crossly. "You really are gonna show me to this grumpy old crane?" Cranky heard Duncan. "You're not talking about me, are you?" creaked Cranky. Then Duncan says, "I said maybe, he said crossly.
"All right, Duncan, that's enough. Let's go."
And then they puffed on.
"Well, Duncan, now it's time to get you to the repair yard."
Duncan was cross. "Come on, Duck, show me some motor sights."
"I said I would, but I'm doing it the Great Western Way. This is serious."
"Come on, Duck," said Duncan crossly. "Stop being like Rusty."
"We're both Great Western. What do you expect?"
Duncan was cross. "Come on, Duck, at least show me another sight."
"No, Duncan, you chose to be rude, plus you need to be fixed on time, so you need to be a really useful engine."
Then there was trouble. Emily was coming by pulling some milk tankers. "Look out, Duck," said Duncan. Duck was surprised. Duck slammed on his brakes and stopped just in time.
Oh, look what you've done, Duncan. You almost made me have an accident.
"It's not my fault," said Duncan crossly. "You're the one who wants to do the Great Western Way."
Maybe this wouldn't have happened if you didn't argue with me.
Then Duck and Duncan approached to a junction. Thomas and Oliver were there.
"Hello, Thomas. Hello, Oliver,"
said Duck. "Hello, Duck. Hello, Duncan," said Thomas. Oliver noticed how Duncan was grumpy. "You know, Duncan," said Oliver, "if you always choose to be grumpy, it will make your life miserable and it won't make you a really useful engine." Duncan snorted. "Pah, I'm not listening to you," he said crossly. Then Duck and Duncan chuffed away. At last, Duck and Duncan arrived at the repair yard. At last, Duncan was repaired and he was back to work. Then Duncan arrived back at the wharf where Duck was waiting. Duncan felt sorry for what he did to Duck. "Hello, Duck," said Duncan. "I'm sorry I was rude to you."
"Hakuna Matata. Just understand that this is the way I am."
"I can see that," said Duncan, "because I know now you like to do it the Great Western Way."
"Yes. Although you're grumpy, you're still useful."
And Duncan was happy to have a new friend.